Priory Group is Europe's leading independent provider of acute, secure mental health and specialist education services. The group's aim is to bring hope, healing and sanctuary to those who need it. Priory Education Services operates residential provision for a range of special needs. Farleigh College in particular caters for young students with Asperges disorder. The aim is to meet their potential, develop academic and life skills, and reintegrate within the community. These workshops employ music as a vehicle to encourage communication skills, teamwork, leadership, and adaptability. The use of video plays a dual role, both documenting the workshop's progress and as part of the therapeutic process, in particular through development of communication and presentation skills. Asperger's syndrome is a recently discovered developmental disorder. Those with AS experience anxiety problems in social relationships and communication, narrow interests or obsessions, and often difficulty in accepting changing circumstances. James Eddings is a professional musician with 20 years' experience of special education and mentoring in both the UK and the US.
Luwazi, it's really good that you're here again today. Okay, Ben, okay, and Nick. All right, and I'm James Eddings. We as a team, we're called Positive Vortex Productions. We all made an agreement on that, yeah? Today's assignment, and we have about 4 weeks.
Over the past 10 years, James has developed a model that empowers individuals, both with and without musical talent. He creates a balanced environment of creative progress in which students are motivated to realise latent abilities of self-expression and dramatically enhance their communication skills.
Voice, vocal, some of you may have vocal for confidence. We all do the same things because as musicians, your voice, for you being, is a guitar, but also your voice is important.
In the initial interview with each student, I explored their experiences of self-expression and interest in music. I then drew up an in-depth assessment of specific abilities with manageable targets for the progress. This leads to a coordinated action plan for the group, which is also tailored to individual needs.
Your musical ideas being a script writer, a songwriter, is important, which is why we did the piano. Now we're all in agreement, we want to be able to do, definitely make a CD. But if we can get our music together right, we would like to see if we can put on something and we invite a few other people as a production company, because that's another thing. This is part of promoting ourselves, okay? And that is very, very important in succeeding in the music business at any level. Okay?
I like to call it a learning difference rather than a learning difficulty. They can learn, you've got to teach them differently.
Also, you'll be interested in the working relationship when you have singers sing your songs or you work with other musicians, okay? That's going to be very important, making sure that the attitude is right and that we don't get frustrated because people want to change or maybe mix and blend our ideas. That's what we are, okay? Okay, that's the first line, okay? You have anything else to say about that?
Yes, a couple of songs will be handed to
Please, for each of them, it's something a little bit different. But how I understand it, from what I read and from my experience, is that it's the communication problem. The people don't seem to communicate in the same easy way.
What is it you would like to get out of this workshop?
With music, I just try and do it. It seems like Dean's like, hey, do you want to do music? If it's like just music, I'm just like trying to do things. It's an experience you learn from everything, so it's good.
I think I'm perhaps a little less affected with AS than some of the students. Like, it's nice to kind of like help them out and stuff. And obviously I can't really help Ben a lot because he's so good at guitar. But like when they're all kind of just trying to get things done, it's nice to kind of step in and help them out because it just works better for everyone. It's nice to be friendly.
Nick is already a multi-instrumentalist involved in several bands. He shows clear potential for leadership with promising organizational skills, and this will be developed. He needs help with his timing and exercises in guitar and piano technique.
But me putting composition, you as a songwriter writing lyrics, and me as a musical producer putting music to, these are the relationships that make, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Luwazi has already worked hard at his interest in becoming a playwright and songwriter. He brought examples of his work to the assessment that demonstrated stylish songwriting, presentation, melody, and meaningful lyrics. The song structures were some of the best I've ever seen. But he needs careful help with communicating his ideas and melodies, especially at a non-verbal level. Exercises for rhythm, timing, and voice are already in place and in key areas of self-esteem and presentational skills.
If I can do some kind of intro with a clean guitar and a mandolin, because I like the sound of that kind of thing. So I can
James has set the scene. Ben has been able to respect the natural order of group conversation, as well as understand the need for each individual to have time to express themselves.
Come down here and record whatever, just talk it'll work. Yeah. I can do the cleaning of the thing later.
Okay.
It's easy.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna come in with some of that. Now we want to have set tunes. We can always pull samples, Nick, for stuff to make little things in between.
I see what they've got as it's a gift rather than a hindrance, you know?
Using a laptop, sometimes when you're going into audio, it's not extremely clear. But what we'll come away with is the ideas that will be clear enough, good enough to be able to use in a demo format, but clear enough to build on so you can get a multitude of ideas down. I suggest you start off with the simplest idea, and if you're going to play drums with it later, you start off with the backing track, which is one of the things I'm hoping you do at least one of those. Okay? Make sure you label all your parts. The program we're using today is called Cubase. We're going to be using Cubase along with a program called Reason, which is for our drum processing. You guys got about 30-35 minutes to get a few pieces down when I'll come in and check on you. Okay? Work naturally.
25 minutes. Why do get shoots?
Because you and I are going to go work on your song, your next song.
Yeah.
Okay. What we've got is the foundation of the music set. We're gonna get the vocals, a guide vocal down, and I believe we want to see if we can get someone to sing it.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And this should sound quite polished when I finish and put it over into the next system.
Okay.
How wonderful you make me feel. How wonderful you are to please me now. How wonderful you change the ways as I do. Make me smile every day. You make me feel so good. Hey, how wonderful. Okay, you guys, multi-track record. Make sure you guys come up with some pieces. You want a start and a completion. So play around and you say, that sounds good, like I did that other thing. Then you can build over, okay? Don't, if they can get 2 or 3.
So I'm in a band in Trowbridge called Bloodshed and Everest, which are a bit heavy metal kind of stuff, but we're going through a few difficulties at the moment. I'm not quite sure what kind of stuff we're doing. We've had a fair few practices, but we're still kind of trying to decide what kind of sound we want. But I think we're kind of sticking with quite heavy metal, kind of grindcore kind of stuff, so that should be fun. And then I'm in this kind of band type thing in Swindon. We've only practiced about 3 times.
I don't believe that we ever meant to be. I am a student, and I'm writing songs and for life actually, and I will want the demos to be played on the into everybody's ears. Another song that I wrote is called Love Don't Change Your Mind, and kind of a reggae beat, like doom, and the kind of a possession. I have to be written as a duet, you know that, and I have to take very seriously who's going to sing it.
During the video, we can see evidence of Luazi improving his rhythm, pace and composition. He is also able to structure thoughts more clearly, and his communication advances in leaps and bounds.
Okay, we got the main thing, we got the chorus in there, and it's coming a bit. It's coming around a bit. How do you like that? How do you like that chorus? That works, doesn't it?
Yes, it's good. I love that.
Okay. Now this is what we need to do, Luazi. We need to, okay, I can see the arrangement. I'm not clear how the verse is going to go, and I'm not clear about a portion of the chorus. Can we do the chorus again, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to cycle it a couple of times because it's going to start off, and then we get the pieces and I put them down, okay? Okay, how's the sound? Did you guys actually hear the sound? Does it sound decent?
Well, what we've been doing is whenever one of us is sitting, like turn down, turn up.
It just feels very confident when we start playing. At first I'm a bit worried because I think, oh God, what am I going to play? Stuff. But then when it starts going, you can just kind of just roll into it, I guess. Sort of just relax. And
often the rough and tumble of mainstream education leads to damaged self-esteem for those with Asperger's. The workshop experience creates an environment to rebuild that self-esteem.
Sometimes we never quite feel that we're good enough, and that is normal. You understand? But then when you play, you know, when you do and people hear you, it's that feeling that you want. I keep hearing a lot of people comment about your guitar playing. Down, okay, and then mute. When you go down, you move one and go down.
I sort of just start on a riff, and then I just go from there and try and I'll start playing it until I feel I can go into something else and try some kind of different rhythms and see what notes would work, and I just try, and you know, if something is rubbish, I'll try and make it a bit better by adding some other notes in, or I'll just change the riff.
Integral to the workshop, support workers are also encouraged to play a part and trained for follow-up support.
They just needed someone to be on site, so I came on and started to help James with his music, and I really enjoy it.
Listen, keep your pattern simple because you can build on it. Sometimes if there's 3 guitar players, you're going to play one thing that a guitar player would do, then you do a bit of variation, but try to make sure you get the majority of it right. So then you're going to be Ben. You understand? Then you're not Ben, but you know what I mean. So as long as you got that, and you may want to do some plucking or something, okay, but you do those separately, yeah? And then we see what they sound like.
Suddenly come project like this, and everyone is excited, whether it's students are excited, staff is excited, it's just brilliant for everyone. are doing something which is very valuable, which is very professional, and they feel that they are doing a good work, so their self-esteem obviously is getting up.
That's, oh, there. Gather every man. There you go. Gather every woman.
Celebrate your life.
Celebrate your life.
Give the thanks for your children. Gather everyone.
Gather everyone.
Gather all together. Open you can done.
That's it.
Hope and life gets better for the world.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, whoa.
But everyone's enjoying it. Kids are coming on really well.
Get me up for battle when I want this place.
The way he speaks to the kids, do you know what I mean? He's because some of them don't socialise well, they don't communicate well with people. But with James, he seems to communicate very well.
All right.
Oh, when will there be a harvest for the world? Yeah.
Harvest for the world.
Will it get me?
Harvest for
I
the world.
No,
The world. That's a good tune, huh? Thank you.
Terrific, because he changed my life completely. Because I do know about music and writing and everything, and I will want to share your thoughts with you and everything I'm going for. But I'm going to invite some of the musicians to our show, which is this month hopefully, and see what it happens.
Oh, we've lost Ben, by the way. Ben hurt his wrist last week. You want to tell him?
Snapped it clean in half, like properly, like bones were trying to get their way out of the arm.
I was playing football a few weeks ago, and I sort of just landed on my wrist and twisted it, and the bone snapped, and it was really nasty. Barring's a bit hard because obviously when you're playing, your left finger's quite weak usually. Sorry, the last finger, and it's and really I just have to practice everything upside down, I suppose. And it's it takes a bit of practice, but I mean.
Ben's response to the injury, his adaptation, and commitment to continue is a major achievement.
It's alright. It's not bad.
Do you realize that your style is going to increase from you practicing? Like, if you keep practicing like that, by the time your hand is right, you're going to have two ways of playing. You realize you're actually making yourself even a better guitarist. You know that?
I guess. Yeah, I do.
Between workshop sessions, Ben unexpectedly broke his wrist. Unpredictability is distressing to many with AS, as there is difficulty accepting the world does not always go to plan. It took a full 30 minutes for Nick to become settled, and then he was able to offer a clear explanation and understanding of the issues.
I was obviously a bit devastated when Ben had his accident of football and broke his wrist. But you know, Ben being Ben, he's just kind of, he's figured out another way to play guitar, you know, with his handle like that, and so even playing like that, he's still better than I am. But yeah, it's cool. The week when he was away, I was a bit worried about, because obviously we were a lot more limited with just kind of one guitarist / drummer, and you can't really just kind of bounce off each other because, you know, there's only one of you. So it's real cool to have him back, and I think we can do a lot more now.
I would love to.
The workshop develops IT skills, not only in musical production technology, but also through creation of a website for group presentation, which is central to the project.
When first assessed, Hannah was shy, low on confidence and dramatic in her behavior, and lacked concentration. By using group activities in music and performance as a point of focus outside herself, Hannah is gaining tremendous confidence and the ability to persevere. She is able to adapt to the group dynamics and become a team player. One hidden talent brought out is her organizational skills.
Don't speak, I know just what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak, I know what you're thinking, and I don't need your reasons. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking.
This song called Love Don't Change Your Mind. It is a very big tempo, and I hope that you
This workshop setting enables our students to greatly enhance individual skills, but equally important, strongly develops communication, imagination, teamwork, and interactional abilities. All transferable skills that will prove vital to the students in the complexity of the workplace, as well as future social settings.
Every time you left me, I could see the tears coming from your eyes. It was just before that you mistakenly said about the love with all the works. On the day you came into my world, I was supposed to see for the first time. I know it is true when you look at me, but when my start to share, I slowly begun. Love, don't change your mind. I feel a passion burning inside your heart. Sometimes you take.
About the Walsey's development of his songs.
I think they sound really good. Really sort of soulful.
Watching the Wazi kind of just building his singing confidence and go a bit crazy on the mic has been cool.
I can see how our students are enjoying it and how much they are getting out of it. And skills. He's teaching them some valuable skills.
Me, Luwazi and Ben, like, we kind of like talk a bit, but like since we've been doing this, we've all been like better friends and like hanging out a bit more. And obviously we know a lot more about each other and stuff, especially Luwazi. He's come right out of his shell, it's good. Getting used to kind of working with other people and being a bit patient, you know, because when things are getting hectic and stuff, then you kind of just need to, it's a bit like the drum teaching, you just got to kind of slow down and kind of just wait for everyone to kind of be at the same page and stuff, so it's cool. Definitely helps with the whole interacting with other people a lot and cooperating. You've got to learn to kind of be a bit more accepting. Like if like if say you want to kind of go off in one musical direction or something and someone else wants to do something different, but then you've got to kind of decide what you've got to do and kind of just meet the middle point, compromise.
I think Nick did really well, and just like thank him for putting up with some of my rubbish guitar and some of my good stuff, because I mean it must be annoying for him to play 6 minutes of just the same thing. And Loazi for being cool about the music and stuff, and James for giving us this opportunity, and the camera guy.
It's been a bit hectic because we've been a bit of a tight schedule, but it's been real good fun. Learned a bit here and there. Good.
I need love.
I'm thankful to Ben and James and Nick for giving me a time to become a great songwriter, and I try to do her to be one of his best.
Oh.